and brought to you by Sprite. It's the 2K pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you to 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Knicks in New York. For New York, they're in the midst of a 3-game losing streak, hoping to break out with a win tonight. We'll see if they can shake off the cobwebs. Derek Fisher, first year as the head coach of the New York Knicks. Old teammate of yours. He is in a bright spotlight in the big city.
Yes, it is going to be tough in New York, but he has the entire support of the organization as he grows as a coach. He will implement the triangle offense for the team with the help of the Zen master upstairs, and I'm sure it's going to work.
What do you think in terms of his approach to the game will make him a successful head coach?
Well, he's a young guy. He speaks the language. Guys know his resume, so they know he was a hard worker. He'll do just fine.
That just about wraps it up. Let's go courtside. Thanks for joining us.
And now, the starting lineup. In the middle, standing 6'11", number 45, Cole Aldridge. At small forward, 6 feet 7 inches, number 17, Anthony Gurley. At shooting guard, at 6 foot 6 inches, number 5, Tim Hardaway Jr. Starting at the other guard, at 6 foot 3 inches, number 3, Jose Calderon. At forward at 6'11" from Cypress Creek, number 1, Amari Stoudemire. The head coach of your home team. Ladies and gentlemen, your New York Knicks.
It's an Eastern Conference matchup as the Atlanta Hawks come into town in this game. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports for myself, Kevin Harlan, and my broadcast partners, Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Welcome, everyone. And, folks, bad news, Carmelo Anthony will not be in the lineup. Clark is out with an injury.
Kevin, you could tell when he went down in the last game that it wasn't good. And that news just confirms our worst fears. He's going to have to watch from the sideline, and I'm not sure how long he's going to be out.
Well, we'll see. I mean, as his rehab progresses, we'll get a better idea of that. But it has to be a very emotional time for him right now, Clark. You know, as a player, you grit your teeth when you're getting that kind of a diagnosis, but it's a tough fate to accept.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Millsap at power forward with Horford at center. On the wings, Korver and Carroll, and it's Teague in at point. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. New York on D. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
And that night, guys, they didn't resemble the team we're used to seeing, either as individuals or as a unit.
Steve, I thought there was really a lack of leadership. Nobody really gathered the team and tried to rally them. And sometimes you have to do that with your body language and your voice. To me, that was the most disappointing thing about the loss.
Calderon kicks to Hardaway. 6 on the shot clock. There's the triple. Offensive rebound. First quarter, just over a minute played. Calderon against T. Three-pointer. That's good. Early's got his first 3 points of the game.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble. And what was really the big shock in the East last season, the Knicks failed to make the playoffs. This from a team many expected to challenge for a spot in the conference finals. Just didn't happen.
Now here's Millsap. He had 22 points in the win against New York.
And how about his defense? 4 steals on the night. He was so aggressive. Oh, the rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
I thought it might be a little imprudent to try to get those points right back, but it worked.
And with the Knicks not making the playoffs, it came down to the tail end of the season. But Stevie had a feeling that it wasn't going to happen for him.
Yeah, it was a big disappointment last season for the Knicks. And, you know, so many things went wrong with injuries and slumps. And it just never felt like they found that groove that they were looking for.
No challenge from the defense there, Clark. Could have put that one through any way he wanted.
And I love the choice there, partner, going hard to the hoop for that throwdown.
Yeah, that's invisible defense leading to a very visible finish.
Excellent use of the screen that time. Korver's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Hawks. Knicks trail by 6. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Calderon dishes to Hardaway. Pass to Aldridge. Back to Hardaway. Just 5 to shoot.
Oh, ridiculous. Tore it down that time.
Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous.
Absolutely filthy. I don't remember ever seeing a dunk like that in a game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw one.
Oh, man, that was just amazing. Well, Tim Hardaway Jr. drafted after his junior season at Michigan. Had a terrific first season with the Knicks. Skilled scorer, very good shooter from deep, and the ability to put the ball on the floor and get out in transition. I think he's got a chance to be an excellent player.
Now here's Teague. What a tremendous game he played against New York. Korver, no luck.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
No, that's for sure, because this guy's too good of a shooter to miss that look consistently.
Here's Hardaway. Out to the right wing. Millsap grabs the miss. And Hardaway still showing restraint in the NBA. We've seen flashes of his ball handling and his explosiveness, but most of his shots came from long range.
Yeah, and that's the one area that he'll have to continue to sharpen up, is his ability to shoot off the dribble and take care of the ball and make plays. But his work ethic says that that'll happen in due time.
Knicks trail by 5. Stoudemire outside. Calderon with it. Picked up by Teague, right wing. Here's Early. 5 points in the game. Here's Calderon, and that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Looking at the last game for the Atlanta Hawks, it was a win against New York.
Yeah, that was a strange game. Very shaky defensive performance by their opponent, but hey, they took advantage of it.
Yeah, I'd go along with that. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard as they should have.
And here's Korver from the arc. Offensive rebound. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Outside Teague. Now the dish to Carroll. Stoudemire against Millsap. Outside Teague. Feeds to Korver. Clock at 4. Outside Carroll. It's rebounded by New York. Calderon with it. A really disappointing game for him in that loss to Atlanta. Hardaway is screen on Teague. And again, New York with the triple.
You know, the defense didn't exactly try to fight around that screen, and that's why it turned into the easy basket.
Passes to Korver. Millsap a screen. Millsap sets the pick for Teague. It's stolen by Early. He feeds it to Calderon. He dishes it to Hardaway. Back to Calderon. Here's the 3. 6 to shoot. Carroll with the rebound. For Atlanta, they've gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Teague inside the line, and some very quick points for him on that possession. Teague's got 7.
Very well done. He is a confident, dynamic scorer.
These teams were last season's best passers. The squads with the most assists in the NBA. The Hawks second.
Yeah, wonderful passing team, and it was the kind of basketball that fans love to watch. Very unselfish.
Here is Calderon. In the corner, Hardaway with it. And there's the pass to Early. Back to Hardaway. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots from the baseline. Paul Millsap with the rebound. Millsap's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
Things have kind of gone south for him here in the quarter.
The shot by Carroll, no good. New York trailing. Here's Stoudemire. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Rock hard finish there, guys.
And only one hand needed for that one.
The Statue of Liberty, I believe it's called.
Hawks coach Mike Budenholzer grew up around the game. His father coached high school and college basketball for 25 years, and Mike got into coaching pretty much immediately after graduating from college. Sounded like a guy who knew what he wanted to do.
Now Calderon. Jeff Teague missing from long range. Calderon kicks to Stoudemire, and the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, getting the ball into the post should be their first option every time down. Force the defense to adapt and adjust.
The Hawks making a switch here. Scott's checked in. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Korver kicks to Teague. Off the screen. And he overshot that one, missing.
And the defense got away with a major lapse there.
Here's Early. A three-pointer is right on target. Early's got 11 points.
That's pretty much been the norm for them. Getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
Now here's Teague. He's got 7, and Horford wide open. He shoots. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got 3 assists now in this one. New York leading by 4. Galloway, the pass to Stoudemire. Smith with it, and it's Horford picking him up. Hardaway kicks to Smith. Rebounded by Korver.
You just assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was there.
Outside, Scott from downtown. It's rebounded by New York.
Boy, he's got a nice-looking stroke. That almost went in.
Yeah, a lot of times he'll hit that shot regardless of the defense.
They set the pick. Screen by Smith. And Damari Carroll is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Quincy Azee's checked in for New York. Pablo Pregioni comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Atlanta also making some changes here. Harold Antich, he's checked in for Horford. Ken Bazemore comes in for Kyle Korver. And it's Schroeder in for Teague. Now here is Smith. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
Boy, the field goal percentage is fantastic. Exactly the kind of start they were hoping for.
Here's Schroeder. Pass to Bazemore. A 3-ball. Acey with the rebound.
Boy, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
Stolen away. Here's Bazemore. Here's Schroeder. Second chance shot. And Bazemore kicks to Carroll. Scott, good. Scott's got his first points of the night.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
Yeah, me too, Clark. I think anytime you have success pounding the ball inside, you got to continue to go to the well.
Here's Early. 11 points in the game. Passes it to Galloway. Here's Early. New York moving it around. Shot clock at 5. Shoots. That one wide left. The Hawks trail by 4. Now let's find out what head coach Derek Fisher had to say to DB. Doris?
Not turning the ball over is important for any team, obviously. But he said it takes on extra meaning when going up against a team with so many small ball hawks, who will seize any opportunity to come up with a steal and turn it into easy points on the other end of the floor. Gentlemen?
Okay, Doris, thanks. It's almost like a crucial aspect to enabling your offense. You first have to get around this stifling defense, don't you?
Yeah, and I think the key, Kevin, is being the aggressor right from the outset of this game.
That means being in attack mode and not passing up any good shots that you get early.
Kent Bazemore, undrafted back in 2012, but he caught on with the Golden State Warriors after an impressive summer league. And while he didn't play a ton of minutes, he caught national attention for his enthusiasm on the bench.
Here's Early. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot two. And Bazemore traded at the deadline last season from the Golden State Warriors to the Lakers in exchange for Steve Blake.
Really liked his game in college, and he played extensive minutes for the Lakers. I think it's pretty clear that he belongs in the NBA. He just has to cut down his turnovers, but he's a nice two-way player.
First one falls for him.
Anthony Early, a senior small forward out of Wichita State, one of the real standouts from last year's NCAA tournament. Averaging 27 points and 7 rebounds with great shooting proficiency. That helped him climb the draft boards, and the athletic markers of his at the combine only helped elevate his stock. Old school time now. He broke to the rack, Kevin.
That is raw power, Clark. Raw, unbridled power.
And this place is shaking.
There's 1:26 left here in the opening quarter. Galloway, the pass to Ace. Pass to Early. There's the feed to Smith. Here's Prigioni. Count that one. And Early taken with the 34th pick. The Knicks, I think, are excited about this kid's future.
I think this guy could play above that draft number. I mean, he's got really good skill. He's not that tall, though. He's only about 6'6", 6'6.5". He's got nice touch. He's really good athletically. He could be a similar find to what they got in Tim Hardaway Jr.
And so it's Atlanta with it, following the score by New York. Outside Carroll, no luck. New York leading by 5. And there's the pass to Galloway. Fires from the wing. Here's Smith, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And the defense fouling there to prevent that layup, forcing 2 free throws here.
Nice job that time of attacking the paint and drawing the contact. They'll take that.
Jason Smith is a really good player, but he's had some tough luck with injuries recently between the torn labrum in his shoulder back in 2013 and then knee issue last season. He's only managed to play 82 games over the last 2 years.
Eldon Brand's checked in for Atlanta.
Really good offensive execution. Nice pick, just couldn't get the shot to go.
Boy, you love to see that as a basketball purist. Guy setting a good screen and then getting the shot opportunity.
Galloway, the pass to Smith. And another shot. Can't get it to go. It's tipped. It's stolen by Early. And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the Knicks leading by 7. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
Coming up this Tuesday, November 11th, Al Jefferson and the Charlotte Hornets go up against Damian Lillard and the Portland Trail Blazers. It's the real deal.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
And you could see early on, guys, they were going to go inside and try to establish their offense in the paint area. That's exactly what they've done.
And I think that's exactly where they should continue to attack moving forward, Steve.
Here's Prigioni. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Shane Larkin is out there with Pablo Prigioni. Then it's Quincy Ace. Then there's Jason Smith, and it's early in at the 3 spot. They're the group New York will start the second with. Now, here is Smith. From 13 feet, it goes down. Smith's got the first basket of the second quarter for New York. The Hawks trail by 9. Here's Schroeder. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Well, Paul Millsap has said he doesn't feel undersized anymore with the way the league is going, but more emphasis now on spreading the floor, so Millsap fits in easier. He can always find somebody to guard.
And for Millsap, frankly, his height has really never been an issue. I mean, this is a guy who was a big-time rebounder throughout his days in college. But even though he's only 6'7", that 7-foot wingspan helps, and he's strong enough to hold his own with most forwards in the league.
Jose Calderon, he's checked in for Pablo Prigioni. Both free throws good from Millsap. No question, guys, that Millsap can rebound and defend the power forward position with the best of them.
Yeah, you remember he led the NCAA in rebounding all 3 of his seasons at Louisiana Tech. So this guy has a nose for the ball.
Here's Larkin. Last time out, he had 13 points. Back to Calderon. Clock at 6. Can't get it to go. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. New York leading by 7. Larkin dishes to Smith. Here's Early. 13 points in the game. He kicks it to Calderon. Releases from 15. Millsap grabs the miss.
I'm not sure about that shot, guys. The defense really all over him.
Here's Schroeder. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
You have to give the Hawks a lot of credit for what they did last season. They knew they were going to lose some players and have to hit the reset button and recalibrate a bit, but they did so quite smoothly.
Well, for the Hawks, it's been 2 years of big names like Joe Johnson and Josh Smith leaving. But, Steve, they still remain competitive.
Well, they always seem to have a backup plan in place for whenever a star player leaves. And really, this has been the plan all along. The foresight to create space and picks and cap room. They're trying to build something special here. And, of course, it takes time.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Cole Aldrich. He's checked in for Smith. Stoudemire comes in for Quincy Acey. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Early. Jeff Teague, he's checked in for Atlanta. Both free throws good from Schroeder.
The Atlanta Hawks with relatively new leadership in the front office, and the team is going in more of an analytic direction. Head coach Mike Budenholzer from his time in San Antonio, certainly well-versed in that approach as well.
Now here's Calderon. Outside Hardaway. From deep. Atlanta with the rebound.
And look at this new direction for the Hawks. They're definitely fond of elite shooters to space the floor, and they've looked for players who can defend the pick and roll. So a commitment to high-efficiency offense and denying that type of offense by the other team is really what you see this team trying to build towards. And Mike Budenholzer, their coach, comes from the San Antonio Spurs way of playing and thinking, and you can start to see some of that imprint on this Hawks team.
And here's Calderon following Paul Millsap's 3. Larkin kicks to Hardaway. Larkin, the pass to Calderon. Trying to get back on track. That's good. Calderon's got his second basket of the night. And Stevie talked about floor space. With Horford gone, the Hawks played 5 3-point shooters in their starting lineup.
And that matchup gave the Pacers all kinds of trouble in the playoffs. The Hawks took them to 7 games despite their vastly different records over the regular season.
So it's the Hawks now. Jose Calderon getting his 3 to go.
You see the shooter, Kyle Korver. Let's take a look at some of his numbers. Last season's performance for him was around 12 points a game, 4 rebounds and 3 assists. And you look at his skill set, and I think it's just a matter of time before he becomes a much bigger part of what they do.
I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, he has the tools to play a much larger role, but it's just a matter of time for him to fine-tune those skills to be most effective.
That free throw good from Schroeder.
You know, even though they're behind, I love the job they've been doing getting to the free throw line.
Yeah, they've been aggressive, and that's really important. You've got to continue to attack.
Al Horford is checked in for Elton Brand.
You know, last year the Knicks played at a very slow tempo, 29th actually in the NBA in pace. And at times when things slow down in the half court, that's when they really struggled to score.
Here's Larkin. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Hardaway dishes to Stoudemire. And the basket good.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
Yeah, it sure has, Clark. I mean, with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
Now here's Teague. He's got 7. Schroeder kicks to Teague. The shot. And the shot falls short this time. The Knicks leading by 5. Larkin, the pass to Hardaway. There's the pick. Outside Hardaway. Left side Hardaway. And there are the Knicks with another bucket.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Teague kicks to Millsap. Back to Teague. Dishes to Korver. Intercepted. Here's Larkin. Kicks to Calderon. Hardaway dishes to Calderon. Shot off the screen. Horford with the block. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. Korver with the ball. Hardaway with the steal. Rejected by Millsap. And they get it back. For New York, they have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6. Free throw good, Stoudemire.
Maury Stoudemire still an efficient scorer, attacking the rim. The problems have been at the defensive end of the floor, where last season he fouled 4 times more than he blocked a shot. Not a great ratio. So he's got to continue to work defensively.
And the Hawks making a change here. Carroll's checked in, and it's slammed in by Teague.
Well, they ran a nice play there, Kevin, to set up the easy dunk.
Yeah, he got help from his teammate and ran his man right straight into the pit.
Yep, and that's the offensive player's job. Run him into the screen.
And it was a great pick, too, Clark. He may have lowered his shoulder a little bit, but he got him pretty clean.
One more time, let me hear it for your Knicks City Dancers.
The Knicks leading by 6. And Amari, he's owed around $45 million over this season and next.
And that's a huge contract. Still a great scorer, but as we discussed, he's got to defend at a better level and rebound at a higher rate to command more minutes on this team, and we'll see if he can make that happen.
Hawks have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Korver passes to Horford. Outside Teague. The dish now to Carroll. He's looking for Horford and finds him. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
That bounce pass got him the ball in rhythm. Nice play.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for New York?
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And the other area that's really been strong for them tonight is their ability to get to the free throw line, finding easy points.
Here's Larkin. Feeds to Stoudemire. A beautiful reverse layup. Stoudemire's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Looked like he may have been showboating a little bit at the end of that one.
Outside Teague. He feeds it to Korver. Back to Teague. Millsap sets the pick for Teague. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
Well, I like how Paul Millsap used his body to get into the defender there.
And here are the Knicks now. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Victory eluded them last time in Atlanta when they faced the Hawks.
Well, they got beat last time because they were, I thought, very passive. I mean, they really didn't attack the hoop. They settled for outside jumpers, and you can see it when you look at the stat sheet and the free throw differential.
Now here's Teague. He's got 11. Horford with a screen on Hardaway. Here's Korver. That one off the back iron and out.
He has not been on his game, and you know, their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not helped the situation.
And here's Calderon. He's got 5. Shot clock at 6. To the wing on the left. Hardaway for 3. Rebound by the Hawks. Horford's got his 4th rebound in this one. Clark, later in the game, you need to get to the line.
I think you're right, Kevin. You want to get that ball to the rim. Your backcourt needs to drive the ball to the basket, get some fouls racked up on the other team's big people, get a couple of easy points at the foul line. That's how you turn the end game in your favor.
That's just good strategy.
Excellent strategy when you can execute.
Millsap misses. The Knicks leading by 6. Here's Larkin. He dishes it to Calderon. Stoudemire setting the pick for Calderon. Hardaway kicks to Calderon. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Calderon's got his 3rd bucket of the night. And Atlanta calls their first timeout of the game.
Last season, there were a handful of teams jockeying for that final playoff spot in the East, and the Hawks were right there in the middle of it and ended up snagging the 8th seed and then scared the Pacers in round 1.
Mike Scott's checked in for Atlanta. Korver. And the call will be against Al Horford. That's foul number 2 for him. The Knicks have gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. Pass to Prehioni. Some nice passing by New York here. Hardaway dishes to Smith. Back to Hardaway. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And although the Hawks would end up being the only sub-500 team to make the playoffs, they put on quite a show when they got there.
Well, Atlanta was able to push Indiana to 7 games before falling out of the playoffs. Certainly proved they deserve to be there.
And they did it without being at full strength, Kevin. I mean, Al Horford was out most of the season with that torn pectoral muscle, and just to be able to put up that kind of fight against Indiana, it was a comfortable matchup for the Hawks. Shooting threes, spreading the floor, playing small ball, and they gave Indiana all they wanted and then some.
And here are the Knicks now. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. To the inside. Leone passes to Smith. And the Knicks miss again. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. The shot by Carroll, no good. The Knicks leading by 10. Passes it to Asa. And stolen by Horford. Now here comes Teague, leading the break. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
What a night so far for Teague. He's got 11 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
Now, a lot of times, he's one of those players who can get hot and stay hot from the 3-point line. So I look for him to continue to search for shots out there.
Early, he's checked in for the Knicks. Then for the Hawks, Daryl Untich comes in for Al Horford. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Kyle Korver. And yes, sir, that one drops. Smith's got the lead up to 10 now for New York. The Hawks shooting 39% from the floor, at their best. And Bazemore kicks to Teague. Pass to Bazemore. Now the feed to Carroll. Dishes it to Teague. And there's the pass to Bazemore. From outside, off the mark. The Knicks leading by 10. We've got 1:55 left in the first half. Smith's shot is good. Smith's got 6 here in this quarter.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school. Just physical play in the paint. Dominate.
Here's Bazemore. 23 points for him the last game against New York.
He got some huge points from the foul line, too, Kevin. He was very aggressive, generating contact and drawing fouls. Let's take a little closer look at Jeff Teague, some of his numbers. Last year, getting it done. He averaged about 16 points a game last year, 6 assists and 2 rebounds. Tell you what, he's been scary good over that run of games, just taking his usual brand of stellar offense and even building on it.
And, Steve, you know that's not easy to do considering the high level he already plays at on an everyday basis. To move the needle another notch higher is special.
Well, Clark, playing in New York can be nerve-rattling, and the Knicks had a lot of trouble last season getting wins here at home.
And, Kevin, if you look at where they ended up in the standings, a lot of it is because they just couldn't defend this court like they needed to.
We've got 1:13 left in the first half. Teague left side.
Oh, we've got a moment here now, Kevin, to look back to last year's Knicks. Second in fewest turnovers per game. 7th in three-point field goal percentage. And they were in the top 10 in opponents' points per game.
Very well-coached team, Clark. I mean, you look at the numbers, and you talked about the few turnovers. The top 5 in the league, in fact, in fewest mistakes. So this is a well-disciplined, well-coached team. And when they're on their game, they're just one of those teams you hate to play against because they don't give you anything easy.
And so it's New York with it. Pass to Early. Galloway. Teague covering. Galloway, the pass to Prigioni. Clock at 6. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Well, the Argentinian, Pablo Prigioni, now 37 years of age, but I really like the way he competes defensively. Also a very good rebounder for a point guard.
And Prigioni, Clark, very selective with his shot, but he's got deep range.
Yes, he does. And, Kevin, I think he could be even more aggressive looking. He's got to be a little more shot hungry. I mean, he's over 40% from long range last season.
Here's Bazemore, outside Carroll, and he gets it to go. The Knicks leading by 10. Galloway, Teague covering. Here's Galloway. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
This is his first free throw of the game. He hits both from the stripe. Here's Schroeder. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Easy call there.
No question about that one. You can hear the impact from where I am.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one. And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Schroeder. Here's Galloway. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Knicks lead by 10. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Guys, I'm here with Jose Calderon. Jose, what's working for the team so far, and what do you guys need to do in the second half?
I think we're just helping each other. You know, it's not about one guy. It's everybody. They got really good players out there, so we're just trying to help each other and keep the turnovers down and just don't let them run to their place comfortable. So I think that's the key.
It takes the entire team, Jose. Thanks for the time. Gentlemen?
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with the second half of basketball shortly. second half just about to get going here. It's been one outstanding game from Jeff Teague.
He is a dynamic scorer, guys. That much we know. And I'll tell you what, his talent was on full display there in the first half.
Steve, he is a hard man to keep down, and so far, they've been unable to do it.
New York leading by 10. Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for Atlanta, Millsap at power forward with Horford at center. Teague and Korver in the backcourt, and it's Carroll in at the small forward. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
Now here's Teague. Horford with the screen on Calderon. Out to the right wing. Carroll. The Knicks pull it in. Stoudemire's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area they just can't afford to get lazy with.
You know, I think the effort's been there, Steve, but they're still getting outworked just by a skosh.
They've taken so many shots down there, and they're knocking them down. Really good looks in the paint.
No doubt the offensive philosophy today, pound that thing inside.
It's tipped, and so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here. Here is the 2K leaderboard with the list of last season's top three-point shooters. You take a look at Calderon, a dangerous player from three-point land, a great talent with a great release.
One of the great things about the three-point shot is that it gives the fans an opportunity to anticipate it going down. And when this guy touched the ball, everybody thought it was going to be splash.
Good work defensively by Horford.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Amari Carroll last season a consistent starter for the first time in his NBA career. I'll tell you, he really turned the corner with his three-point shot, providing a great complement to his high-energy play.
And Carroll known as the junkyard dog for his hustle style.
Really an athletic energy guy, Kevin. I mean, he can rebound, he runs, he finishes around the rim. Always a hard worker. So no surprise that he's been able to expand his game to be more complete offensively.
Here's Early, 13 points in the game. He kicks it to Aldridge. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Puts it up. And Horford pulls it down. Horford's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
A lot of big things happened for Kyle Korver last year, but the one that sticks out in my mind is that he was able to tie and then break the record of 90 consecutive games with a made three-pointer. Says a lot about him as a player, his work ethic, and his consistency.
And for Korver last season, his streak ending in 127 games with a made 3, and it was his most efficient season, Clark, as far as his scoring.
Well, he was over 90% at the line, and he hit from everywhere on the floor. I mean, an absolute laser from behind that three-point line. You look at his shot chart, and it's a big field of green, which is made buckets.
Here's Early. Hardaway up top. From deep three-point range, and the Knicks miss again.
They've been able to get out to this lead without really getting a very reliable performance out of him from the field.
Korver kicks to Teague. The dish to Korver. Stoudemire against Millsap. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Teague inside the line. Atlanta again missing.
That's not how you want to kick off the second half with 3 straight misses.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Stoudemire outside. Kicks it to Hardaway. Puts up a 3. That doesn't go either for Hardaway.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Horford sets a screen for Teague. Into Horford. But they get it back. Teague dishes to Korver. Feeds it to Carroll. Takes the three. And yes, sir, that one drops. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
And this offense needed that one after 4 misses to start the half.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
You know, he understandably doesn't like what's going on out there, and that's why he wants to talk things over during this timeout.
I think this is a good time to call a timeout. They just need to hit pause for a second and then reset as well.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Thank you, Kevin. As everyone knows, Amari Stoudemire has had to battle back from his share of numerous injuries, and he switched to a vegan diet in order to help stay healthy. He said it was tough, and when asked which foods he missed the most, he said, "I love chicken and I love Chilean sea bass. I missed it, but I wanted to stay strong." Guys?
Interesting. Thanks, Doris. Now here's Teague. 15 points in the game. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
A sensational run has them on the brink of tying it up or even taking the lead all of a sudden.
Steve, quite a turn of events here. I mean, they really snapped into focus in a hurry and tightened up their game at both ends.
Al Horford saw last season come to an end after completely tearing his right pectoral muscle. This only 2 years after a similar injury to his left pectoral. And such a terrific player, you certainly hope he can find a way to stay healthy.
And Horford, the Hawks' longest tenured player, Clark, probably their best player when you take a look at their entire roster. They're a different team with him healthy.
No denying that, Kevin. And with the new front office revamping the roster, going for more financial flexibility, he's the talent they've chosen to build the team around.
Here's Teague, following the score by New York. He used that pick to get in close. Teague's got 17.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Calderon passes to Hardaway. He feeds it to Aldridge. Back to Hardaway. New York needs to get off a shot. Early kicks to Hardaway. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
You see the shooter, Kyle Korver. Let's take a look at some of his numbers. Last season's stats for him. He's around 12 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And right now it's about him picking up the nuances of the game and making daily improvements.
Steve, you're right on top of it. There are so many little things you have to learn as you grow as a player. And he's just going through that process right now.
Rebound by Aldridge. Aldridge has got his 6th rebound on the night.
Oh, boy, he is just cold as ice. I don't think he's going to be the one to help them cut into the lead.
Stoudemire outside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Stoudemire's got 4 points this quarter.
He's their go-to guy. When he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
Larkin, he's checked in for the Knicks.
Well, Kevin, we've got a moment now to look back to last year's Atlanta Hawks. 2nd in assists, 6th in free throw percentage, and they were in the top 10 in steals as well. I mean, this is a team that really gets after people defensively. Deflections, pressure on the ball, all of that leads to steals.
And the key really to that club, in my mind, was the offensive unselfishness. This was a team, as you mentioned, Clark, that finished in the top 5 in assists per game. So it was the fact that they really shared the ball. They had good ball movement and a good plan of attack all season long.
Here is Calderon following the basket by Paul Millsap. Calderon against Teague. Here's the screen. Larkin dishes to Aldridge. And that one comes up a bit short. Here's Atlanta. They're on a 13-4 run. Now Teague. He's got 17. He dishes it to Horford. Launches a 3. That's good. And so Teague with the assist. Teague's got 5 assists in the game. The Knicks leading by 3. Calderon kicks to Larkin. To the left wing. Early, the pass to Stoudemire. Shot is off. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. And here's the fast break. Carroll leading the way. Another shot. Outside Teague to tie. It's rebounded by Early. Early's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Passes it to Larkin. Calderon dishes to Larkin. Pass to Early. The feed now to Larkin. From 10 feet out, he squares up and sinks it. Larkin's got 5.
Risky shot there. Size-wise, I mean, he easily comes out on the short end of the stick, so to speak.
With the nice high release, he had no problem getting it off and knocking it down.
Now here's Teague. Here is Corver. Back to Teague. Beyond the arc. Calderon pulls it in.
Well, he did have a three-pointer in the first half, but so far here in the second, he's come up empty. Well, last season saw the completion of the $1 billion renovation of this arena. Incredible place, palace really. And, you know, the new CBA makes it harder to spend big money on players. So that
Boy, taking it hard to the rack for the big throwdown.
And give an unofficial assist, Clark, to his teammate for setting the screen that freed him up.
Yeah, good call, Kevin. That was really the key to the play.
Dishes to Larkin. Stoudemire, the screen. And the pass to Calderon. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Calderon's got 5 points in the quarter.
Man, that's a difficult shot in the face of a defender that towers over.
Well, you know, he almost seems to enjoy those mismatches, Steve. It gives him a chance to show what a strong finisher he is.
The shot by Carroll, no good.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
No, that's for sure, because this guy's too good of a shooter to miss that look consistently.
Pass to Stoudemire. Inside. Aldridge kicks to Calderon. And he gets it to go. And it's a 7-point Knicks lead.
You know, they're being very one-dimensional right now, going to the post every time. But if it works, you don't need another dimension.
Well, they're taking this defense to task, quite honestly. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Horford with a screen on Calderon. Carroll for 3. The Knicks pull it in. Stoudemire's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
And it seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
Pass to Early. He kicks it to Larkin. The dish to Calderon. Lets it go. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
Well, he was boxed out, and when that happens, you know, at some point you have to just turn and get back defensively. That time he went right over the top.
Yeah, but you go straight on the top of another player's back, that's going to be a foul call every time.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. Ranks it to Bazemore. There's a screen. Knicks with the rebound.
He still couldn't finish, even though it looked like he had a lane to the rim. But too often, that's the story for him.
Easy, the pass to Prehioni. 1:49 left in the third. That's good. Early's got 15.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Here's Schroeder. 6 points for him. Kicks it to Bazemore. Shot to stop the drought, and that one's good. He's got 5.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a nice look.
Poor job by the defender to not fight over or around that screen.
The pass to Galloway. Here's Early. 15 points in the game. Feeds to AC. He only dishes to Smith. AC. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, he got whacked. Shouldn't be much debate on that one.
Yeah, that was as straightforward as it gets, guys. Well, to get those big in-conference wins, you've got to be able to adjust mid-game, and the Hawks did that very well last season. A lot of runs for them in the third quarter of games.
Schroeder kicks it to Bazemore.
power punch right there.
Oh, great. And he jams it with authority.
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend. Take it to the hoop.
And how, Clark? Brilliant throwdown.
Yeah, just exerting his authority out there.
Pass to early. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Ontic. Ontic has got 3 rebounds now in this one. And for the Hawks in the East, guys, finished as the 8th seed in part because of their ability to adjust after the half.
Yeah, they'd end up with 28 wins in the conference, but a lot of them came from their ability to come out strong after the break. And another 3-pointer to their second half total.
Yeah, they caught that long-range bug at halftime, and it's been bombs away ever since.
Screen by Smith. Galloway, the pass to Ace. The layup off target. Here's Schroeder. Can't get it to go. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Knicks out front, leading by 3. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports.
Tune in this Tuesday night, November 11th. Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs hit the road to battle it out with the Golden State Warriors, live from Oracle Arena. Don't miss it.
Quincy AC out there with Hardaway. Then it's Pablo Prigioni. Then there's Jason Smith, and it's Galloway in at point guard. That's the 5 for New York right now. Here's Schroeder. Outside, Scott. 6 to shoot. Here's Brand. AC with the rebound. AC's got his 6th rebound on the night. Some nice passing by New York here. He only dishes to AC. Pass to Galloway. Another shot, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
You know, sometimes the intensity of the game can lead to brain-neutral plays like that, guys.
Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Atlanta. The Hawks trail by 3. Scott with a screen on Hardaway. Korver kicks to Scott. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line.
Well, he allowed him to get all the way to the rim, so actually a pretty good play to foul him and make him shoot free throws.
And then no choice really but to foul and stop the dunk. Don't let that happen.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Knicks.
They've been the aggressors, and they've been tougher in the paint all game.
They've really been on fire from beyond the arc tonight, too. I mean, a lot of their points have come from out there.
And New York making a change here. Stoudemire's checked in. Galloway, the pass to Stoudemire. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession. Paul Millsap's checked in for Mike Scott. The Hawks trailing. Here's Schroeder. We've gone about a minute and a half into the 4th quarter. To take the lead. Brand kicks to Millsap. Schroeder dishes to Brand. And the layup's good off the glass.
That's some grit and determination in the post. Essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Exactly. I mean, this is the time to attack on the interior and generate those easy opportunities.
Here's Stoudemire. Good on the short little jump shot. And the Knicks lead by 1. Here's Schroeder. screen by Brand. And there's the feed to Schroeder from deep. The Knicks pull it in. Smith's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Into Stoudemire, and it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession.
Super defensive play. I mean, if that pass gets through, it's probably 2 points.
And he knew that. He knew if it gets through, it's a score, so that's why he sold out for it and got a hand on it.
Jose Calderon, he's checked in for New York. Then for the Hawks, Al Horford. He's checked in for Brand. Damari Carroll comes in for Kent Bazemore. And it's Teague in for Dennis Schroeder. Teague kicks to Millsap. He feeds it to Korver. He dishes it to Horford. And he converts the layup.
Great interplay there between those two teammates.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Calderon against Teague. From 13, off the left rim and out.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Dishes it to Horford. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. A chance now for a three-point play. That one is on Stoudemire.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised to see them double up here.
I agree. They haven't been able to succeed with single coverage to this point.
The Knicks making a switch here. Aldridge is checked in. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Hawks.
Fellas, it's impossible to ignore what a good job they've done at the free throw line throughout the game.
And I also like the penetration. I mean, they're getting into the paint. They're getting a lot of easy hoops from those strong drives.
And that is good. Calderon's got 9 points now in just the second half.
That lead pass allowed him to get straight to the hoop without losing any momentum.
Outside Teague. Korver kicks to Horford. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Al Horford, 6'10", 250, really a natural power forward who's been asked to play at center for his whole career. He's shown himself willing to battle bigger players inside, but you got to think he'd welcome a chance to switch back to the 4 spot.
First free throw is good.
And for Horford, you know, able to scrap inside to overcome his lack of size defensively. His quickness is his biggest advantage. I mean, he's excellent at moving in space and defending the pick and roll.
Early, he's checked in for Quincy Acey. Here's talking about Horford's advantages playing center. Certainly his offensive skill set among those advantages.
Yeah, and an excellent mid-range jump shooter and ball handler. He can face up, he can draw opposing bigs further out than they'd like, but he's also strong enough and quick enough to get past them and get to the rim.
Stoudemire playing very well. 8 rebounds, and he's rejected a shot over the course of the game, too.
That seems like it could have been more because he's been in position to make plays defensively most of the game.
Teague kicks to Millsap. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Paul Millsap is one of the most versatile forwards in the game, a natural power forward, but he brings some small forward qualities as well. He's a heck of a player, and he's developed that three-point shot to round out his game.
And Millsap able to score facing up or with his back to the basket.
Yeah, inside and out. Reversible clothing is Paul Millsap, and he's a handful. Now, he's an undersized 4, but he can make the 3. He's physical. He can get to the line. He's got a number of crafty shots. This guy is really, really underrated as a player.
These 2K Blazers we wear, they're reversible. You didn't know that, did you? Huh?
Not until just now.
Well, he wasn't phased at all by the bigger man on him, and on the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it.
Outside Teague from the arc, and it's good. Teague's got 22 points.
That's his first three-pointer of the half. Remember, he did make one in the first half as well.
Calderon passing to Early. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down. Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D. I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here, because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, guys, Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team. He tried to really fire them up to bring it home, saying, all night, you have all night to rest after the final buzzer. For now, we have to lay it on the line and try to bring it home. Guys, back to you.
Teague dishes to Carroll. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Hardaway with the steal. Early kicks to Calderon. It's deflected and stolen by Jeff Teague. Pass to Corver. The three. They grab their own miss. Tries again. Outside Teague. Horford sets a screen for Teague. Millsap a screen on Calderon. 6 to shoot. There's the dish to Corver. Here's Carroll. It's rebounded by Early.
Early on, he tried to shoot his way out of this funk, but later in the game now, he might want to just give it up and look for his teammates to do the scoring.
Calderon, that's good.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
T kicks to Horford. The pass to Corver. Millsap down low. He's against Stoudemire. Outside Teague. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Teague's got 10 points here in the second half. Knicks trail by 3. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
Jeff Teague, one of the quickest and most elusive point guards in the NBA. He's incredible in transition, and where he's really improved is in the half court. He's figured out how to carve up defenses off the dribble.
Teague against Calderon. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Paul Millsap picks one up. And Teague, a top-tier penetrator, a nice teardrop in the lane.
And he's an improved passer, too, Kevin. I like the confidence he's starting to play with now. Getting into the lane, he's elite when it comes to the assist-turnover ratio that point guards are measured by. And he continues to expand his offensive game as well.
Millsap sets the pick for Teague. He wants to get to Millsap and does. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam.
Yeah, what a way to wrap up that possession.
Calderon passes to Early. Hardaway dishes to Calderon. Stoudemire kicks to Calderon. Tries again. No good. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Outside Teague. He kicks it to Millsap. Knicks with the rebound.
I thought he rushed it a little bit, guys, because he had a clean look, just lost his focus.
Outside Teague. And there's the call. New York with the foul.
Well, Paul Millsap has been getting it done. He has 9 rebounds, and 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
Which can't be undervalued, Clark. So many times a game can come down to which team wins the free throw battle.
And he sinks the second.
Well, I'm sure he'd like to have that one back, but making it a 2-possession game was the key, and he got that done.
Teague against Calderon. Pass to Early. Kicks to Stoudemire. Shot clock at 6. Count the basket and the foul. Paul Millsap picks one up. You know, it's apparent there what a leader he is. Always communicating it and keeping everyone on the floor in sync.
Yeah, regardless of whether he's having an off night or not. And that's what makes him such a great leader. Just always trying to help his team any way he can.
And here's something else I love about him, guys. If one of his teammates is on the fringes of the game, maybe not as involved as he should be, then he takes it upon himself to get him involved.
Here's Calderon, knocked away. Hawks have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. And Carroll gets it to go.
There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. I mean, he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
Knicks trail by 4. Now here's Calderon. Fires for 3. Atlanta with the rebound. Horford's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done.
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they've chased down that pumpkin often.
Here's Millsap. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Teague's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. New York's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Stoudemire in the post. Millsap covering. Hardaway kicks to Early. Here's Calderon. The pass to Stoudemire. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
Yeah, he's sensing this is a critical time in this game, guys.
Teague sinks that one from the post. Teague's got 8 points in the quarter.
Oh, he's clearly feeling it, Clark, coming off that fantastic game last time out.
We've got 1:55 left in the 4th. Outside Hardaway. Feeds it to Stoudemire. Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the layup. Stoudemire's got 15 points in just the second half. The Hawks leading by 4. Teague with the ball. Pass to Porter. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Teague kicks to Millsap. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Nice pass that time. What excellent vision by Jeff Teague out there.
The Knicks shooting in the 4th quarter has been efficient at 56%. Left side Hardaway. Into Stoudemire. Puts up the baby hook. It's rebounded by Teague. Teague's got his 5th rebound in this one.
And are they ever working inside? Good job on the glass.
Excellent job on the glass, Steve. I agree. I mean, they're battling in there. They're fighting, they're scrapping, they're clawing, and they're getting the job done.
Stoudemire grabs the miss. Knicks shooting at 51%. Really solid. Calderon has the open look. It's good! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
He has been fantastic this quarter, guys. It's just the kind of effort they need if they're going to continue to trim the lead.
It's astonishing to see a player, Clark, at his position who can get to the rim like that.
Yeah, he goes very vertical on you, Kevin.
And once he's up there, you know he's going to throw it down hard.
That free throw there caps off a huge possession for him. Those are big points at this stage of the game.
This is a huge possession.
You've got to execute under pressure. We're going to see what they're made of.
Aldrich dishes to Calderon. The feed now to Stoudemire. Money!
Took the safe route there. Wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble on that one.
Nope. Up and in with one hand, the most basic finish possible.
And yet he still made it look pretty good.
Teague, the pass to Millsap. That's a 2 from Korver, and that one goes long.
Not a bad look for him on that shot, but it just doesn't seem to be his night tonight.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 4. There's 21 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Calderon, no good. Atlanta's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the 4th and been successful 3 times. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
Well, you do what you have to do to extend this game and try to get the ball back.
Yeah, in this situation, clock management crucial.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
And you can wrap this one up. Great job to stay cool at the line and polish it off.
He feeds it to Hardaway. The three-pointer, no good. And so they foul intentionally. And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And the second of two is good. That makes it a 7-point lead. Throws it from deep. It's off. And so the Hawks take the win. Both teams played well, but these guys had the edge.
Yeah, I think so. They were just steak knife sharp. Very on top of their game here.
Well said. And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now we present the Jordan Player of the Game, Jeff Teague.